Hello, 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 and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, we're doing another collective reading for the girlies. Drop an emoji, let me know how you feel. Okay. Thanks for joining on YouTube. As you know, I've already been chatting up with Good Judies on TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, you are missing out. I'm at Mo Online on all socials. I get on TikTok live pretty regularly, at least 3 times a week on TikTok. So make sure you follow me over there. But I'm not gonna hold y'all up too much. We're just gonna get into it, y'all. Um, but hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Everybody take some deep breaths for me. Okay, gotta make sure the op's not watching. Everybody take some deep breaths. Find yourself in a relaxed position. Are you sipping water? Let me know what you ate tonight in the comment section on TikTok and on YouTube. Let me know what y'all have for dinner. Thank you for the gift, my love. Thank y'all for sounding off in the comment section. But yeah, what's going on? Hello, the Most High. You know my intention is to align people with the highest versions of themselves, with healing and joy for the highest, greatest good for all people, involved. I ask that you use me as a channel, so that I'm able to deliver these messages in divine timing. Please bless us with the wisdom, the discernment, the energetic protection of our mind, spirits, and bodies so that all the messages that I deliver today may be used for our highest and greatest good. So we may take what applies and let the rest fly. Yeah. But yeah. Let's get into it. And that's the thing, y'all. Like, I'm in my feelings. Excuse me. That's why, like, I be trying to do a reading. Hey, Peru Anna. That's why I be trying to do a reading on myself before I do the collective readings, just so I'm not all in the mix. But hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Let's tap into the collective energy. What information do we have for the collective? What information or insights would we like the collective to have? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank y'all. Six of coins in reverse, hangman in reverse. Well, I feel like they didn't wrap me in it. But y'all let me know if this resonates. So the first card that we have is the Six of Coins in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. This energy is kind of splitting off in two different ways. For one group of people, you are receiving something that you do not deserve. And for the other group of people, you are giving too much of the first word that came through was money, resources, energy, or time away to other things that are not servicing you. And with this hangman in reverse, you kind of feel like you should do this, or you have to do this, or you're the martyr, or if you don't do this, nobody else will. You just have to save the situation or the circumstances. Right? Piece of impasta for $70. I'm sorry. Reading comments on TikTok. But with this hangman in reverse, we feel like we have to do this, but we don't. We feel like we have to do this. We feel like we have to give our energy away, or we feel like we have to receive something that really just feels like bullshit, but we don't. But we don't. Emperor card in reverse, Three of Swords. Again, and there's this desire to take hold, to take charge, to lead the situation. But there's just something about this energy that feels like we don't have to do that all the time. We don't have to do that all the time. We don't always have to be the person in control, right? With this Emperor card and the Three of Swords. And this Three of Swords kind of feels like it's about developing the wisdom and the discernment to know when you need to manage, when you need to lead, when you need to help out other people, and when you just need to make sure that you know that you got you, that me, myself, and I, it's all I got in the end. It's what I found out. When me, myself is all right, right? Moon card, Tower card. The thing is, like, there's like this attachment to disaster or to a catastrophe of some sort. with this moon card and the tower card, and this like intuitively you feel like it may be coming, or intuitively you're afraid that it's going to be on its way, and you're really afraid, and even though you may not be wrapped into it directly, I feel like your proximity to it is why you feel like you got to take charge. It's like, if I don't take charge, nobody else will, right? And like, I'm just hearing the divine say, let the pieces fall where they may. Let the pieces fall where they may, right? So if the disaster did happen, it's very much given anxious girlies. If the disaster did happen, there would be things that people would learn from the disaster. Everybody could walk away from the disaster better. And that's, again, that's Uranus energy. That's what the Tower card is about, right? It's about things that come in and shake up and break the foundation and tear everything down, right? And this happens so that the things that weren't really going to last, that weren't really stable, that weren't going to be built like the Great Wall of China or the Great Pyramids of Pisa, that aren't going to stand the test of time, are destroyed. If it's not going to last, it needs to go. So whether that's your habits of like martyrdom, whether that's these people's habits that are leading them into disaster, or maybe that's us like overextending ourselves and allowing people to give us bullshit, or to give too much of our energy or our power away. You know what I mean? We kind of got to like step into that disaster so that we can move forward, because it feels like we feel as if we're moving forward and we feel as if we're making progress, but Six of Swords in reverse, we're not. We're not. And we got to let it stop. And then this Ten of Swords feels like a stop sign. It feels like a stop sign. You know what I mean? Just stop. Slow down. Grab the wall. Wiggle like you're trying to make your fall off. Hella think I want to grab them all. Speed that gas pedal. Right? If y'all enjoying this reading, share the live session with a friend or two. World card. What's meant to be will be. This isn't the Wheel of Fortune, but it's connected to the Wheel of Fortune, and that's what I'm just feeling right now. That's just what I'm feeling right now. I'm just feeling, let the pieces fall where they may. What will be, will be. Yeah, and that's how you move into progress. What? I was like, for those of you who follow me on YouTube, you might have seen this video, or you're going to see this video before the week is over. But today I just recorded a video about doing what you need to do in life is going to be, your path to success. And that's what it feels like. It kind of feels like we don't have to force anything. We can just live in flow, and living in flow and being at peace with what is, you know what I mean? Sometimes is the best thing that's for the highest and greatest good. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Coins in reverse, followed by the Nine of Wands and the Magician card. Again, this is all like, y'all, it's all just reiterating everything I just said, but the Seven of Coins, that there's a reluctance to look at, what am I doing? I was telling myself this earlier today. The Seven of Coins, it's about evaluating, what am I doing? What have I been doing? You know what I mean? And then what are my external conditions? What are the external circumstances? What are the things that are outside my realm of control? And then how do I place myself in between those two things and really figure out, what's working and what's not working? What's productive, what's unproductive? What needs to be forced and what needs to just happen? Right? Because like, I think, again, pulling back to that place of like, where does our personal power exist? Where does our personal power lie? I feel like there's a lot of times where some people get like caught up or messed up. We start thinking about, oh, well, why are they doing that? They need to do this. You know what I mean? They can't do that. That's gonna F up X, Y, and Z. We're like, all of that is out of your control. But the market is X, Y, and Z. We in the middle of a recession. All of that is outside of your control. There's not too much you can do with that. There's not too much you can do with that. But we insert ourselves in these positions. We need to be aware of the outside world, right? But we need to stay grounded and acknowledge, well, what do I need to do to take care of me, myself, and I? Ashe, Because when we outsource our energy, we outsource our vision. Nine of Wands, we become tired and exhausted and worn out. You know what I mean? We begin to do too much, and we start trying to manifest using the wrong tools or the wrong tactics. We use the wrong tactics at the wrong time on the wrong things, right? So Temperance card, patience, kindness, grace, meditation, journaling, grounding, being in nature, self-care, and just doing a little bit. Like we live in extreme times, y'all. Everything feels a little bit of extreme. If you think everything feels a little extreme right now, drop an emoji, because I'd be dropping like 45 like bomb, explosion, and fire emojis right now. Things be feeling so goddamn extreme. What else do we have for this collective? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. What other messages and insights do we have for this collective? Again, I just want to take some time to say that I appreciate y'all being here with me. This work is my contribution. This work is rewarding. And I just appreciate y'all for allowing me to do this for you. Yeah. What else do we have for this collective? What other messages do we have for them? What else is it that they need to know? Three of Wands in reverse, Devil card in reverse, Page of Cups. Tower card again, Magician card in reverse again, the Sun card. So, Three of Wands in reverse, Devil card in reverse. Again, two things are coming through here is that there's an expectation that our fears and our anxieties are going to manifest themselves, that they're going to come into our physical reality. And we don't like that. Don't nobody want that. There's the fear that our fears, our anxieties, and the things that like kind of haunt us at night are going to come into our realities. And what's this other one? Or it's kind of the same thing, but just on the opposite end of it. Or the things we want, we pray, we desire are never going to come in. Right? But it feels like the solution every time is the inner child. The solution feels like the inner child, and they're giving me this image of a child where like there's like a kid playing with a toy, and then the toy breaks, and the kid goes, "Oh no!" And then the kid goes and finds another toy to play with. And it's that simple. It's that simple. This is very much what it's giving. It's like if these crazy events happen, we can just go, "Oh no," and move on and do something else. Now, I do know that our hopes, our fears, and our desires are wrapped into this whole process. You know what I mean? But the divine just wanted to relay that image and that visualization. So we stop working, we stop trying to manifest out of this place of avoiding catastrophe. Again, Tower card in reverse. And robbing ourselves, hello Creephead, how you doing? And robbing ourselves of joy and play and fun and excitement. Excuse me. What's your question? I'm doing a collective reading right now. Right? So, go ahead and ask you, and I'll let you know if I'm able to answer it. So, what do we do from here? What do we do from here? Self-care. Y'all know I'm always going to tell y'all to do that. No, don't think about all of it. And even if you do think about all of it, you know what I mean? Because like, don't think about it is so easy to say. Don't think about it is so easy to say. It's so easy. It's much easier said than done. But if you're going to think about it, maybe journal about the best, I find that like journaling about the best case scenario and then the worst case scenario just gets the energy out of my mind and out of my heart and onto a piece of paper. And then I can just like stress about it a lot less. Ooh. Oh gosh. Oh girl. Now I'm receiving racial discrimination. Oh, I love that. It's kind of like, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, girl. Anyway, um, what else was I saying? Nine of Cups, the Star card, Six of Wands. Again, that self care bit about just like journaling what's good for you, what's the best case scenario, what's the worst case scenario, your hopes, your fears, and desires, and telling yourself that everything is going to be okay and comforting that part of yourself that's scared, right? That's the true success. The divine wants us to take care of ourselves and not to lose our self care and our wellness and the love for ourselves in our pursuit of success, right? Our success should always, our pursuit of success should always include our self care, our self nurturance, our self love, our discipline, and a happy home. Yeah. Okay. What's next? Is this another group? Okay, so I have a reading for another group. We got a different group today. If you resonated with that first group, drop an emoji. If you resonated with that first group, drop an emoji. I'm now going to move on to a second group. What's the message for the second group in the collective? Please and thank you. Okay, now somebody is going through it. It kind of feels like that first group, they were just scared of the anticipation of having lost something. Girl, this second group is going through it. I don't know what's, girl, these cards are not pretty. This second group has really lost the thing. Very much that, Alyssa. Very much that. This second group has very much lost the things. You have very much lost what? Your sense of confidence. There's real sorrow. There's real sorrow and grief here. So like my heart goes out to y'all with whatever it is. And there's like pain in the heart chakra space. It's so sad. Devil card in reverse, chariot card in reverse, tower card. And it feels like that you have to let go. It feels like the universe is challenging you either with surprises or upsets so that you have to let go of the things that are no longer good for you. They're just not good for you anymore. We have the death card. They're just not good for you anymore. Like plain and simple, you do not need these things. And maybe even if it's not just the thing specifically, it's the way that you operate within this relationship, within this job, within this dynamic, If it don't apply, let it fly, right? It's not really servicing you anymore. And the universe is forcing it out of your hand so that you can surrender to it. Right. But they're kind of saying that your view of the situation is so negative. Your view of the situation is so woe is me. Your view of the situation is so like, and sometimes the girls do be victims, but you're a survivor. I'm a survivor. I ain't gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. But you don't see yourself that way. You just see yourself as that the worst of the worst is happening to you right now, and ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Down on my luck and up against the wind. It just feels so sad here. But it's really about the way you decide to look at it and your perspective, right? Page of Swords, if you can, again, reclaim some of your confidence, some of your power, because what you have, what you are losing in like connection or like consistency or reliance or predictability, you're actually gaining in freedom. And like this thing that you've lost again may make you feel a little sad and depressed. I'm not even gonna hold you. You know what I mean? But with it comes a lot more freedom. A lot more freedom. It feels like it's just gonna take a while for y'all to view it that way. But that's what you have coming in. Hey Cookie. Hello, ancestor, spirit guides, and angels. What other messages do we have for this group? Please and thank you. What other messages can we? Yeah, are we? Yeah, we're ready for an action plan for this collective. Please and thank you. Girl, I can tell he been lying and you're needing somebody to talk to. Girl, you ain't gotta be hiding. This don't even give like an action plan. This just give like it's a little bit of an action plan. But here's what we have for the action plan, my love. So the first thing that we have is the strength card. You are capable. You will live to see another day. It is not as bad as it seems. You are capable. You will live to see another day. It is not as bad as it seems. Repeat after me. I am capable. I will live to see another day. It is not as bad as it seems. Yes, there are the things, again, that like this cord that has been cut. The cutting of the cord feels painful. The cutting of the cord feels sad. The cutting of the cord feels difficult, right? But Eight of Swords in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse, 5 of Wands in reverse. You are, again, you have actually been freed from conflict, from aggression. I'm hearing aggression. You've been freed from conflict. You've been freed from aggression. You've been freed from despair. You've been freed from a lack of fulfillment. You've been freed from this trap, this energetic trap. The thing is, like, sometimes, like, energetically, we love the feeling of something because it just, girl, it just scratches the itch that we can't itch with our hands. You know what I mean? And mentally, we can see all the reasons why it's not really it, but our hearts be so wrapped up in it, right? If this is resonating for you, let me know what this is about. Page of Swords in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, High Priestess in reverse. You can't think about it clearly because this is an energetic process going on. And then only time is going to be able to help you out. Only time is going to be able to help you out, right? But what you can do to make this process a little better, to move a little quicker is to plant a seed. To plant a seed. This could be figuratively. Somebody needs to start gardening and working with flowers and plants and bushes and herbs and stuff. But Page of Coins, 6 of Wands. You know, what does success look like for you as you separate from this thing? What does that success look like? What does that success feel like? Right? What is that success? What does that success feel like? You know what I mean? Without this thing, what is a new day? What is joy? What does fulfillment feel like without this thing? And what can you do today? What is the smallest thing that you can do? Even if it's just like watching a video, you know what I mean, of what your life would look like without this thing, or what the next step would be, your dream career, your dream relationship, your dream job, listening to some affirmations. They're saying doing the smallest things when that feeling of despair and grief and loss begins to come up is going to help you. And then they're correcting me. It's not even when When the grief and the loss comes up, they need you to feel it. But throughout the day, you need to find time, to acknowledge the freedom, to acknowledge the new success, to acknowledge the new version of yourself that you have coming in. Judgment card. Last card in the spread. Again, there's been a tremendous amount of transformation going on, but it's only leading you to more light, more love, more enlightenment. Yes, my loves, they just don't want you to mentally dwindle in this space because that's not helpful. Okay, I'm going to get us some oracle cards, and then we're going to move on to the private reading. Does anybody want a private reading tonight? You ain't gotta be hiding. Don't you be afraid to say he hurt you. I appreciate y'all double tapping the screen. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Can we get an oracle card for the collective? Can we get an oracle card for the collective? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Of course, Peru Anna. Peru Anna, are you able to send 444 for a yes or a no? What is it? And then this deck don't really like to shuffle, so I got to do it a little differently. I'm going to get the card on the bottom of the deck. And one. This one came out. I'm going to look at it. Moving towards the light. 2. And 3. Thank you, Yusuf. Come on, hiatus. Fulfillment. Thank you, Sean. Sean, you were the greatest. I'm gonna listen to that song once this live session is over. You are the greatest. Your presence is also like, I know you said that I have a calming presence, Sean, but Sean, you have a calming presence. So at peace and ease when you tap in. Fulfillment. Isn't this beautiful? Six. Fulfillment. Isn't this card beautiful, y'all? And then this wide open door. Just like, let's get into this imagery. This imagery of this wide open door. And it's so interesting that there's this wide open door, but where she's already standing, there's there's plants and trees and stuff inside the doors. But on the outside, there's more. And then 333. Ethan, 333, to me, repeating threes are about collaborations with people in the physical realm. And this doesn't even necessarily have to be people. This could be music or songs or movies or foods. You know what I mean? And it's I feel like it's calling you to just develop an intentional relationship with the things that you energetically collaborate with. Ask yourself, what is it that you want to create? And again, what foods, what songs, what images, what stories, what books, what people are going to help you, create the proper portal to receive that desired effect. But fulfillment. Okay. I'm going to read this and then I'll get into 444 for you, Peru Anna. Fulfillment. A sense of fulfillment often comes from the realization of a dream or the meeting of a goal you had set for yourself. Reflect on what it is you need right now in order to experience fulfillment. Not to avoid disaster, but to experience fulfillment. Create a vision in your mind of what you would like to most achieve today, this week, this year, and then take action, no matter how small of a step it might be, in the direction of your dreams. My projects become the perfect fulfillment of myself in harmony with the universe. In harmony with the universe. I believe in myself and in my potential as a creator. I make my dreams come true. I fulfill myself through my daily actions, through unconditional love, faith, wisdom, and positive thinking. So be it. Yes? If that imparted some wisdom for you, drop an emoji, please. Drop a cute little comment. I think I'm going to get us 3 oracle cards today. As I get the next one, 444. When I see repeating fours, those are about structures. What are my habits? What are the organization systems that I have in place that keep me focused and organized and on track? You know what I mean? What are my habits in my relationships, my ways of being, my ways of communicating, my ways of handling my emotions and self-care practices? Are they helpful or are they unhelpful? You know what I mean? Are they supporting me? Are they helping me grow? Are they keeping me behind? Right? Ashe. Ashe, Ethan. Can we get another card? You have more options than you realize. Okay. You have more options than you realize. I wonder if there's a way for me to flip this on my camera. You have more options than you realize. It sure is hard to get really angry at someone when you can think of all the reasons you love them. And you can. The universe. This just feels like you have more options for your emotions. You can do other things with your emotions. I'm going to read this again. It sure is hard to get really angry at someone when you can think of all the reasons you can love them. And you can. The universe. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. And I'm gonna get one more. I'm gonna get one from the Fairy Oracle. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Can we get one more oracle card as we wrap up tonight's collective reading? Again, I just want to show some appreciation for everybody joining me tonight. One more oracle card, please, and thank you. Let the cards be running away, and then it ran all the way to the back. Okay. Una más. Can we get one more oracle card for the collective, please, and thank you. Thank you, Sean. Sean is like, this came out twice, so this was definitely supposed to come out. When I pulled the cards from underneath the desk, there were 3 cards, and this was the one on the top. So this is definitely the card. It says ask for help. And Sean, like, I wish I could just like see all the lovely little messages that Sean leaves me. Sean is the one. Sean said, "You are surrounded by light, angels and peace, kindness and joy to you as you lead us." Oh, Sean, I appreciate you so much. You're such a joy. You're such a pleasure. You's a light worker. I know you is. Okay, now ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone. And the fairies say that now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. There are times in our lives where we need celestial assistance, and that time may be now. Angels are omnipresent, non-denominational beings who can be called upon for help by anyone at any time for any kind of assistance, from clearing congested traffic to fast healing after a medical procedure. Perhaps you're very independent and feel that Perhaps you're very independent and feel that you can sort out everything and anything on your own without help. Fairies, too, are generally self-sufficient creatures and can usually deal with any challenges that might arise. But on occasion, Even the fairies need a little divine intervention and may ask for an angelic helping hand. It makes perfect sense. If we humans can call on the angels, why wouldn't the fairies ask for angelic intervention too? This card may be telling you that an angelic boost would be beneficial for you or someone you know at this time. With this card, the fairies are encouraging you to call on a personal guardian angel to help you through any tricky situation you may be experiencing. The fairies will also sprinkle some fairy dust on you to give you some cheer and joy during challenging times, or even if you just need a fairy boost. Be aware that sometimes fairies are referred to as angels of nature or nature angels, but they're not celestial angels. Their roles are very different from one another, though they sometimes meet somewhere in the middle. Remember that there are no rules and that the angels are happy to work with the fairies and humans alike when it's for the highest good of all. Yes, my loves. Yes. Yes. And that's the thing. If it apply, Ethan, if it apply, stick it in your pocket and take it with you. If it don't apply, let it fly. But all right, my loves. That's all I have for tonight's collective reading. Again, if anybody would like a reading, I am open for, complex readings, 10, 15, or $20 over at my Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. You can also subscribe to my Patreon. If you subscribe at the lowest tier, which reminds me, I got to do a reading. If you subscribe at the lowest tier, you can get one free mini reading a week. Anything else? Anything else? And then also, I pass it like journaling prompts. I get vulnerable. You get more information into my life and just my spiritual practice, reflections, and things of that nature. And also, some rituals and spells if you want to tap into those as well. Yes, my loves, but that's all I have for you. Again, thank you so much for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. Thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. And I'll talk to y'all later. I holla. Okay. So now that YouTube